Hey guys, so I wanted to share a Python notebook or a Jupyter notebook using Python, and we're gonna kind of continue looking at plotting some Navisworks clash information. So this is more of kind of an example, something that you can take a little bit further. So to talk about it, this first bit, if you didn't watch the previous video, this is just essentially what I start any template with, and this kind of grows. It's the notebook template, and it just has relevant information pretty much. So some of the libraries, so we'll import pandas, we'll import Plotly Express, we'll import Plotly graph objects, and we'll also import NumPy. NumPy is really only used for the randomization of numbers, and you can kind of play with that as well. The data frame for that is right here. So DFR just for random. So data frame random equals PD dot data frame numpy dot random dot randant, and this will randomize. And you have some options here like minimum 500, maximum 4,000, size 200, starting from 1, and then column list A. So you can play around with this and see what you can get, but this is what I use to just randomize the clash values to at least give me a starting list. And then what you do is you can do a dfr.to underscore CSV, which will dump it out as a CSV file that you can read. So I've created, now originally it was a data frame right here from that Excel file called clash test, but thinking about it, in Dynamo, I'll be able to export out multiple Excel files, each one having the dash, whatever discipline it is. And that's going to be based off of the clash test. And since the clash tests are standardized, then I'll know each time that no matter how I run it, it'll dump out the correct values for these tests. So you can see here for HVAC, we have a data frame for electrical, plumbing. That's not all of them, but for this example it is, and you may have different ones. So I create a data frame. I just call it DFH for HVAC, DFE for electrical, DFP for plumbing. And then down here, we have the original plot. So this is just plotting the original clash information from data frame. And then down here, and it looks a little bit more complicated, but all it is just giving, it's just some parameters for the plot itself. So like we have the name, we have the line. So this is pretty straightforward. If you put purple there or some other color like blue or something, it'll pop up. So we have red, green, deep sky blue. If you do want to learn more information on Plotly, here's a link, and it's pretty extensive. There's a lot of stuff in it. You can go through here and get some different examples, get an idea of what you want to plot. And that's what's cool with data. You can play with it and see the best way to optimize data, the data visualization, so that you can truly see the information in a really effective way. And there's a lot of options within Plotly, so definitely check them out. All we're using is a time series one to read this, but there is a lot of other options as well. So if we go back, we fill out that with some information, and then down here is the actual plot. It is interactive, so you can go in here, you can zoom. If you want to go back, you can reset axes or the home button. But you can zoom, you can hover over the different points and then get the information. So we can see November 30th, 2019 for this plot here. It's 3,615 clashes. And we can see here there's an issue. So let's fix this. We'll give it the correct name so that we understand what we're looking at. So this one is the HVAC. And then this one is the plumbing. And then this one is the electrical. And what we'll do is do Shift Enter, that'll run it. And then down here, that little legend to the right, you can see now reach HVAC, plumbing, electrical, instead of just date. And then now we have the information plotted, and we can see on a project that it's been progressively going down, the number of clashes. And this is, would be almost perfect because it starts out pretty high and progressively decreases throughout the rest of the project. This isn't a real project. This is all randomized data. So in a typical or a real project, then this information may be a little bit more erratic. But the cool thing is being able to automate all this allows you to then look at the information and then say, okay, why isn't clashes going down? Why are they going up? What's going on in the project? Truly understanding clashes and the way that they are in projects, and then understanding what is correlated to clashes in a model. Is it at CDs or DDs or whatever the case, or specific project types that happen to have increased clashes or erratic clashes? Is it certain project teams? Stuff like that. And then obviously you can find correlations and reduce RFIs, reduce change orders. And this is all speaking from the design perspective, but to have that information there is, I think, incredibly valuable. But I just wanted to show you that when you start to get multiple inputs, then you can read those Excel files individually if you're dumping them out that way. Now, I haven't played with with Dynamo to export out like one Excel file that has multiple workbooks in there, multiple tables that include the HVAC, plumbing, electrical information. Now, in my work case or whatever, I have to apply somewhere around 15 clash tests and identify all those elements and create an Excel file for those, or a workbook or something. So there's quite a number of data inputs that I'll be pulling. And I could imagine at scale it's going to accumulate to quite a bit of information. Obviously that can be then used for other things. And maybe at some point, I think it's small enough to say that if we're pulling this data out of Navisworks, that this isn't, even if you're, a 1,000-person firm, that if you're pulling all that information, it's not going to accumulate to like a petabyte of data. You could probably manage it pretty easily with Python and Pandas. I know there's other options within Python for larger data sets, but I don't think this particular one's going to grow very big, because it essentially only has two inputs and then or two variables, and really that's it. It's just total clashes and then date when it ran the Dynamo script. So you'll find this notebook with this download, or with this video. If you go below, you'll find it in the OneDrive share folder. And if you haven't seen the other video, definitely check it out, because in there I share the Dynamo script and then the original notebook and then the Excel document. I will share these 3 Excel documents, so these ones up here within this one, so you can download that from here, and then also this notebook. And we'll keep progressing with this and kind of see where we can take things. Definitely share if you have any ideas or anything that you're doing along these lines. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure other people would as well. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks a lot. See you in the next video.